Swisher, before we started tonight, that I just had a feeling Jonathan Davenport was going to find victory lane. So he's my pick to win. And my steering buddy dark horse of the night, you got to go with the hometown favorite. How about Dylan McCowan out of Urbana in the 8?
He took my steering buddy dark horse. I was going to ride with McCowan. James, who do you have for the winner here tonight?
Tony Jackson's going to do both. He's going to get his first Lucas Oil win. He'll be $1,000 from steering buddy. He'll end up in victory lane here tonight at 11 in Missouri in the white 56. Who do you have, sir?
I tell you what, it just feels like a Huddy kind of night. Hudson O'Neal is going to win from 6. He's a feature winner, not eligible for the steering buddy dark horse. You know what? Let's just ride with a little Chase Younghands action from 7th tonight. He's been close before.
Did you say little Chase Younghands?
I said, you know what? That was completely
That was little
inaccurate.
Chase Jenkins. This is
Chase Jenkins. And
well, Younghands was good at Eagle last week, right? For a while.
He was. He, limited schedule this year, and he runs well typically when he comes here. So.
Oh my, are you ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We want to thank we want to thank Steering Buddy Billie for coming on board, new marketing partner with the series. And Race Car Engineering Pace Truck pulls the infield. James, they'll enter the A store and hauling and rigging start zone down in 4. 40 laps. DJ's going to talk to the Big River Steel podium down in victory lane when this one's over. But it's Rice, it's Davenport, it's the green flag on a Friday in Missouri.
First of 2 under the Friday night lights. Davenport will lead out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Rice. Here comes Chris Ferguson on the outside. Right now, they're side by side for second as JD leads lap number 1 here of the 40-lap A main.
Jonathan Davenport undefeated this year at Lucas Oil Speedway, and he jumps out to the lead. Back in the second spot, Rice has got it, but he's got company to his outside. Chris Ferguson, and we're going to have them caution on the Speedway. Hellraiser Jack's caution, 1 sideways. That's Garrett Alberson off of 4, and that draws the Hellraiser Jack's caution with 1 in the books. 1 in the books, 39 laps remaining.
So Davenport again comes in tonight, took the all-time winningest lead back in March at Golden Isles, 95. Scott Bloomquist, who's won more show-me's than anyone at 6, at 94. Then it's Jimmy Owens, who's won this event multiple times. Thornton, and then Don O'Neill, your top 5. O'Neill back racing in the Masters Built House car. But right now, Davenport out in front. 1 down, 39 to go, and Alberson is going to go back to the pit. And remember, it's combined points for both of these features, as he will head back in to the attention of crew chief Zach Houston.
Well, and right now he wants to get that car tuned up. I mean, he wants to do as well as he can in this one, but he starts 4th in the next one. And don't forget, you got time for 3 super stock heats and a feature before they come back out, so they'll have chances to make some adjustments on that race car. And he's probably a little bit sore too, man. That was a hard ride he took earlier tonight, so just getting refocused. Team takes a look at that race car. We'll see if he makes it back out. But 1 on the board, 39 to go. Jonathan Davenport, your leader. Josh Rice in 2nd. Chris Ferguson's looking pretty racy tonight. He sits in 3rd. McCowan in 4th. Overton rounds out your top 5. As you see him taking a look under the right front of that race car, leaning in to get a word with him. Not a big sense of urgency down there right now, though, as you got to wonder if they're going to try to make it back out for this one or if they're just going to try to make some adjustments.
And again, he'll maintain his 4th starting spot. As I mentioned, I've had a couple of inquiries about it. He does maintain his 4th spot because technically it's considered the second of a 2-day show. So he will start 4th in this second one. He's going to come back out here. Everybody's still out there running as we started 28 cars.
Yeah, they barked a few orders at the crew, but nothing really got done down there. So they did look under the right front, maybe making sure everything's good there. James, lights are down on the Speedway. We'll come back to the A store and hauling and rigging restart zone out of 4. Green flag's out. We're underway with Davenport at the point, and Chris Ferguson takes 2nd and up into 3rd. Here comes Brandon Overton.
Overton looking for his first win since Circle City last May. He'll go to the 3rd spot. 19 career victories in the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. Rice follows in 4th. JD off a turn forward, leads lap number 2 here tonight.
Man, it's tough when you let JD get out front. And it was interesting earlier. He made the comment, you don't make a lot of changes on the car. You change the way you drive. And right now, a full farm before this feature. You see Overton on your screen. He's in 3rd. Josh Rice trying to work his way back into the Big River Steel podium. They're chasing Davenport and Chris Ferguson, but it's in the 3rd spot currently. Brandon Overton working lap 4 of his 40-lapper.
How about already 3 laps in the books? Brian Shirley, Carson Ferguson, both up to 6 spots, making Ferguson 7 spots. His cousin runs in 2nd. That's Chris off of turn 4. Davenport with the lead last time around. It's 1.4 seconds for the 49 car.
Oh,
Whoa, hang on, Jackson. Bicycled in turn number 1, maintains it down the back straightaway. He runs in 6th right now.
Jackson, you see on the right side of your screen, he got up on 2 wheels, and I was having a little deja vu from what happened to Alberson earlier. Luckily, able to keep it under him. Right now, Jackson runs in the 7th spot. On the left side of your screen, that is the battle for 4th on back. Josh Rice has got it. In front of him, Brandon Overton. Meanwhile, out front, it is Jonathan Davenport on a Sunday drive. Racetrack starting to widen out back in the pack. They refarmed the track before this one, and that bottom's been awful good, James.
Carson Ferguson up 9. Shirley up 7. Ferguson up 11 spots.
Look at that.
3 wide there is Shepard will split the 93 of Oberkramer and the 56 of Jackson. JD still leads off at turn number 4. As we have 7 laps in the record books right now. Second is Ferguson, Chris Ferguson, Overton, Rice, McCowan, Younghand, Shepard, Oberkramer, Jackson, Clay Harris runs 10th.
What a beautiful facility this is here at Lucas Oil Speedway, and some great shots around it as Younghands goes way up top off of turn number 4 right now. He sits in position 5. He took that spot away from McCowan last time around, and now he sets his sights on Josh Rice. Rice rides in 4th. Younghands in the 18 goes to work on him. Not missing anything in the top 3. Those guys have got stretched out in front of this battle for 4th, but that's a good one right now as Josh Rice holds on to the spot. Chase Younghands works on him. Oh man, Younghands shoved the nose through turns 1 and 2, and that allows McCowan to close in and Rice to pull away ever so slightly.
How about the Rookie of the Year contenders? Is the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year contenders, Rice and McCowan, each one a heat race. Right now they're in 4th and 6th there tonight, and Younghands is going to take a spot from Josh Rice. Davenport still leads. Last time around is 1.7 seconds. Davenport still showing the way as he comes down the main straightaway. He'll start to pick up the tail end of the field as they come out of turn number 2, Ben, here as we have a long green flag stretch of racing.
Yeah, and interesting. Davenport last time and this time will go to the top down in 3 and 4. He likes the bottom in 1 and 2. It was harder to go to the top in the past because it shelved off up there. Now the shelf is still at the top of turns 1 and 2 because of the exit. They can use a lot of that racetrack, but Davenport likes the low side of the racetrack as this gap between 1st and 2nd, 1.2 seconds. They work off of 3 and 4. Lap traffic is imminent, and we're going to see the gap here. There's your leader, Jonathan Davenport, completing lap 13. There's 2nd place. Chris Ferguson, 1.1 seconds back in 2nd still. Lap traffic could be pivotal here tonight, James.
How about a shout out to Younghands? He ran good at Eagle last week, faded at the end, but right now in 4th. He would be the top contender if he can come through and win past 3 more cars with the steering buddy. Dark horse. You see Thornton and Oberkramer going at it. Right now it's 1.2. Davenport, Chris Ferguson, Overton, Younghand, Shepard up to 5th.
That's the battle for
10th.
10th. That's the battle for 10th on your screen as Thornton goes full send to the top of 1 and 2. Oberkramer in the 9th spot. Thornton takes it away from him. Now Thornton sets his sights on Dylan McCowan as Thornton on the move, and he's going to take that spot away from McCowan. Ricky Thornton Jr. motoring around the top side of his speedway. Meanwhile, your leaders are through lap traffic. You can almost feel that double box coming your way because there they work off a turn at number 4, and Davenport just about got into the back of Devin Moran. That allows Ferguson to close in.
Fergie to the outside of Lawler. By the way, Shepard started 14th. He's up 9 spots to 5th in the 1 car. There's your leader, the East Orin Holligan rigging 49.
What a shot.
Boy, these 2 guys have had quite a battle here. And oh man, Ferguson cut down on Lawler, and right there he is there down the back straightaway. It's 1 second. Davenport, Ferguson, Overton, Younghand, Shepard, your top 5. Then it's Rice, Thornton. How about Oberkramer? Good run for Mason. 12th up to 8th right now. Then McCowan O'Neill is 10th.
How about a tip of the hat to this racetrack here tonight? This thing's nice. Oh, Thornton gets out of shape down in 3 and 4. He'll get it back going, but not before Hudson O'Neill goes by. Thornton will fall back to 9th. He had climbed as high as 7th, and now not sure what happened. Thornton's got his work cut out for him. McCowan looks to his inside. James, I need 4 extra sets of eyeballs on this racetrack tonight. She's sporty right now.
We need a quadruple box, don't we, up here? By the way, this is full points race, so Davenport the lead. Of course, he's not running for points this year. 3-time series champion. As we approach the Hellraiser Jacks halfway, Davenport has led every lap so far here tonight.
Jonathan Davenport looking good. Hellraiser Jacks halfway. It's Ferguson 2nd, Overton 3rd, Shepard 4th, Younghands back in 5th, Oberkramer, Rice, O'Neill, Thornton, and McCowan round out your top 10. Lap 21 on the board off of turn number 4. Man, look how high right now Jonathan Davenport has got off of that corner. He still likes the low side through turns 1 and 2.
Remember, Brandon Shepard came in tonight 3rd in the points. He has gone from 14th to 4th. Brian Shirley is up 12 spots in the 3S car. He is starting 24th. He's up to 12. As we've had one caution flag. Look at this. Oh, man.
So that was the replay of what happened to Thornton a few laps ago. Getting there a little hot. Meanwhile, Ricky Thornton Jr. getting his feet back under him. He's in ninth. Davenport a 1.4 second advantage over Chris Ferguson. But Ferguson struggles right through the middle of 3 and 4, but he's able to close except for that. If he can figure that out, could be the difference in trying to get to the win tonight. Meanwhile, Davenport moves off the bottom, trying to get around Trevor Gundaker down the back straightaway.
Still got 21 cars on the lead lap. Gundaker in 21st. There you see Ferguson right through the middle. Chris much better this time in turn number 4. This is far from over. We still have 16, 17 laps to go, making 16 out of turn number 2. Brandon over to his third. Brandon, how about Mason Oberkramer? His best run ever in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, runs 5th. And what is this, his second race of the year?
Yeah, he's only run a few. Bruisley, Missouri, man, they may burn that town down tonight if he can keep marching his way forward. Meanwhile, it's a battle of the Brandons. Brandon Overton in the 76, Brandon Shepard in the 1. And we'll talk about just a tough weekend so far. Devin Moran right in front of him. Devin just not able to get that car and drive tonight. He rides in 22nd.
This big points tonight possibly for Shepard, right? As right now Moran is a lap down. You see Overton, who came in tonight in tied for 5th in the points. As they go down the back straightaway, it's still Davenport, Chris Ferguson. The lead is 1.3 seconds. As we're approaching 13 laps to go for the 49
Shepard
car.
Off the corner there. Just about caught the concrete. He's able to stay out of it. Meanwhile, out in front, Jonathan Davenport, 1.6 second advantage over Chris Ferguson. And Ferguson's got a 1.4 second advantage over that battle for the 3rd spot between Overton and Shepard. Shepard recovered.
And Oberkramer.
And Oberkramer joined the fray. Oh, man, Mason having a good run. And how about Shepard's going to the outside of Overton, double box, left side of your screen. That's the battle for the lead with Jonathan Davenport on the right side of your screen. That's the battle for 3rd. Shepard steps to the outside, Overton down low. That time at the line, Shepard up to 3rd, Overton back to 4th. 11 laps remain here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Okay, Shepard 14th to 3rd, Shirley 24th to 10th. We've only had one caution in this race. Battle there. Boy, a big point night for Shepard. You see the driver that's ahead of him in the points. Moran is a lap down in front of him. Devin Moran right now runs in 22nd position.
Meanwhile, hang on to it. Fergie almost gets into the side of the 11 of Gundaker as Davenport has done what Davenport does here. 2.8 seconds the advantage. Well,
so
second one back, it's a hell of a battle right now. There's Shirley. It's got the Fairbury look. He's knocked the right side of the breakaway off of that 3S car.
Yeah, doing a good job. He ran good at Eagle last Thursday night, got a top 10.
Love it.
First full year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the defending Prairie Dirt Classic champion, and he's not done yet. Shirley from 24th to 10th. Again, Shepard 14th to 3rd. Davenport has led every lap so far here tonight as we are inside of 10 laps. There is Shepard right now in 3rd in the 1.
Davenport taking these guys to the woodshed right now. 3.5 second advantage over Chris Ferguson. Ferguson still almost a straightaway advantage over Brandon Shepard. Overton back and forth. Oberkramer having a hell of a run in 5th. Then in 6th, it's Young Hands having a great run. Hudson O'Neill in 7th. Josh Rice, McCowan, Brian Shirley, your top 10. As it just continues to be all Jonathan Davenport all the time. And now 5 fingers in the air from Rob Penrod, chief starter. 5 more times around the Speedway in the tribute to Don and Billy Gibson for Jonathan Davenport.
Ebert was running in 17th. He still runs in 17th, but he's lap down. He's going to put a lap on Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky Thornton Jr. started in 9th. And he's about to lose the right side of that car, and Ricky Thornton Jr. goes a lap down with damage on the right side of the 20 RT car, but Davenport right now dominating in 49.
A year ago, it was Hudson O'Neill that swept the Spring Nationals. Then he won the Cowboy Classic, the tribute to Don and Billy Gibson. Didn't get it done in the Show Me 100. Well, Davenport's trying to go 3 for 3 here this year. 4 for 4 looming later tonight, working lap 38. His lead 3.7 seconds over Chris Ferguson. Brandon Shepard back in 3rd. In 4th, it's Overton. 5th is Oberkramer. The track's developed a little bit of chop to it. Could make it interesting for that second feature later. You see the Kaiser Manufacturing Speed Shot with just 2 to go.
Super Stock prelims coming up next. They'll run their entire show, and then we'll be back for the Cowboy Classic after this one. Brian Shirley right now, the Hoker Trucking hard charger in the Hoker Trucking car, right? 24th and 9th. Shepard up 11. Carson Ferguson up 11. Ebert up 11. But right now, Davenport down the back straightaway, Ben, as we are on the Barron's Performance. One lap to go.
Off into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. For the 96th time in his career, Jonathan Davenport wins with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Coming home in second tonight, it will go to Chris Ferguson, third to Brandon Shepard, fourth to Brandon Overton, fifth Mason Oberkramer, job well done. Then it's Hudson O'Neill, Chase Younghands, Josh Rice, Brian Shirley, and Daniel Hilsebeck. A good run to round out your top 10.
And unofficially, your Hoker Trucking hard charger, Brian Shirley.
15 spots.
Yes, 15 spots, 24th to 9. A shout out to Shepard, 14th to 3rd. But I want to give a round of applause. Best career finish in the Lucas Oil Series for Mason Oberkramer, who started 12th, finishes in 5th here tonight, pending the Longacre Racing Product Scales.
They head to the Longacre Racing Product Scales and a feature that just took 13 minutes and 44 seconds. Your third place finisher, pending tech, Brandon Shepard in car number 1. Second goes to Chris Ferguson. Good run for Fergie tonight. Shepard started in this one back in 14th. He finishes third. Ferguson started 4th. He finishes 2nd. And your winner started 2nd and led the whole way. Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia. His 96th career win, best all-time with the series. The Ace Doran Hauling and Rigging, Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Mark Martin Automotive, Mega Plumbing in the Carolinas, Bill Stein, Mount Airy, Polaris, VP Racing Fuels, Longhorn Dynamics, Midwest Sheet Metal, Go Lithium, Swiss Springs, all sponsors for the Clements-powered Longhorn. And as long as he clears those Longacre scales, he's going to join Dustin on the front straightaway, where DJ will talk to the Big River Steel podium that includes Chris Ferguson, Brandon Shepard, and what a skyline right there. Man, just gorgeous here tonight.
Hey, stay with us, Super Stock. Their heat races and main event coming up, and then we'll have this second feature tonight. Yeah, 45 lapper coming up here at about 5 after 9 local time. So get out in the Midway, visit the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series souvenir trailer. We've got plenty of Lucas Oil and Flow Racing apparel. A nice selection down there. So if we had to do a Victory Fuel power move of the race, why not Oberkramer, right?
Let's give it to Oberkramer.
He
earned it again.
He earned it, only his
5th.
second race of the year. He's dusting off the cobwebs from last year, and that's a big point swing. As Shepard was 3rd in the points, Moran, who was 2nd, finishes in 20th. So we'll see after this one. And again, it's combined points tonight, this race and then the next one.
Well, Dustin, it is official. They've cleared the Longacre scales. Jonathan Davenport's rolling your way, buddy. We're going to send it down to the front straightaway, Wheatland Victory Lane, where JD gets it done for the 95th time in his career. And this year, that'll be his 4th win.
We got dueling victory lanes.
I saw that down there.
Down here being set up, guys. Not to mention the, I don't know if anyone else noticed it, the Lucas Oil Speedway victory lane came out on the back of one of the wreckers, and I was ready for it to take flight. Thankfully, it did not. Jonathan Davenport, you talked about it, Ben, his 10th overall win of the season, his 4th with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It'll be his first Lucas Oil win since that 3-race win at Golden Isles back in March. So the driver out of Blairsville, Georgia, going to bring that Lance Landers Ace Duran Hauling and Rigging number 49 out here to a place that's pretty darn familiar to him, and that is Victory Lane here in Wheatland, Missouri at Lucas Oil Speedway. He's a 2-time winner of the Show Me 100. He's a 3-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, and he has accumulated about as many points as you can accumulate for this one event. And we'll see how he does in the makeup just a little bit later on. And again, the results from last night's feature and the feature they just ran tonight's feature will determine the top 18 starting spots for the 34th annual running of the Show Me 100 presented by Ace Doran Hauling and Rigging.
And he starts 8th in that second feature, Dustin.
Yes, he does. That's exactly right, James. Well done. We'll see what he can do. He'll have 5 extra laps in that one, and he didn't need 5 extra laps in this one as he wins walking away tonight He's going to put on the hat. He's going to climb out of the race car a winner in the tribute to Don and Billie Gibson once again here at Lucas Oil Speedway. The steering wheel is off. The driver is climbing out. How about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, Superman Jonathan Davenport. Confetti goes off here in victory lane. It's probably going to be stuck to me and going to be stuck to JD as well. All right, Davenport, that thing looked pretty daggone maneuverable out there from my vantage point. Did it feel that way from the driver's seat?
Yeah, I think so, man. This racetrack changed like 5 different times during that feature, and I think it was just about to change one more time once we started rolling through that middle and blowing those wet crumbs back to the top. I felt like just any minute I was about to go back to the top there, and then I seen it went by like 5 laps left, so. And I couldn't see anybody behind me on the board whenever they would show me. And Corey on the back straightaway was showing me a pretty good lead there. So just tried to keep doing what I was doing, tried to miss the holes as good as I could. Had a little character to it, but, you know, what an awesome racetrack. I mean, we raced all over it for sure. We got held up a little bit there when I first caught lap traffic because I really didn't know where to go. And then once I felt like I could move out, move around, then we got rolling pretty good.
Is there anything at all that you learned in this race you can apply to the next one? You guys got to turn around and run again here in 60 minutes or whatever. It's 45 laps. I'm sure they're going to farm the racetrack. But is there anything at all that you can take away from a feature like this and apply to the next one, knowing you have to come from the 4th row?
Yeah, I think so. Tire-wise, you know, everybody in the field was a little bit different on tires. You know, we was different than most people, and then you had some people that were softer than us and harder. There was a lot of combinations, so that's pretty cool that we actually get to run all the tires. They don't give us but 3 tires, but all the way through the field, it was kind of sprinkled. You know, people had different tire choices, so that probably made the racing a little better too. And I didn't think it would get as dirty as it did in the middle with those wet crumbs, so that came back to life. So yeah. I guess just setup-wise, we was pretty close, I feel like. I could run the top, the bottom, and the middle there, so I don't know that we're going to do too much there, but we are starting 8th, so we'll have to pass some really good cars, you know, ahead of us rather than just the back markers. So, yeah, we'll just put our heads together and see what we can do here. Just awesome crowd for Friday night, and, you know, a lot of y'all stuck it out last night till the very end, so thanks for that. Thanks, Ace Duran. I know we got some Ace Duran people here for sure, Duran, or however they want to call it. Just thankful for them, thankful for Steve Martin, also Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Bill Stein, Longhorn, everybody that helps us. Can't thank them enough. Say hello to Lance and Darla back home. I know he wanted to be here, but he had some other business stuff he had to take care of. Say hello to Rachel and Blaine back home. And, yeah, see if we can come from the 4th row, like you said, and this old girl was pretty good, so let's try not to scratch her up and get ready for tomorrow.
All right, Jonathan Davenport, ladies and gentlemen, gets 10 grand in this one, and he's going to try to get another 10 grand here in just a little bit. Meanwhile, we're going to run over here, and we're going to grab a word with, hi, Fergie, with your 2nd place finisher. He's a crowd favorite here. How about it for Chris Ferguson? All right, Fergie, that 49 car is pretty daggone good, but as you went out there and ran 40 laps with him, is there anything you replay back in your mind and think maybe you could have done different setup-wise or something else to make this 22 just a little bit better?
Yeah, we did a little bit harder, I think, than most people, but I don't know, just didn't the track that character, so we weren't really ready for that, but was cowboying up there a couple times, and, you know, JD's so good here, he's kind of setting his own pace, but I made sure to turn it up a couple times and at least get to his back bumper, but, you know, he probably was a better car. I just couldn't get through the lap cars. You know, it was hard to dodge the holes and also dodge the lap cars, and I seen he was struggling with a couple of them, and it kind of let me get close, and then he got by them, but I'm just tickled to be here, you know.
We're glad to have you here, buddy. Good luck in the next one.
I appreciate it, and just thanks to all my sponsors, you know, Live Oak Family Dentistry, Fast Laps, Open Hearts. I want to thank Schaefer's Oil, you know, Gentry Used Parts, Heckle Plumbing, Animal Care Clinic, Vanilla Cycles, Carolina Roofing, Splits, just so many people, Spray Foam Technologies, K&K Trucking, Livingston Corporation, Rosewood, just everybody, you know, my crew works their butt off. My wife's been up there selling T-shirts, and my family and sponsors and everybody, you know, we have a good time coming out here racing with the best, and every once in a while we show we belong out here.
It's one of the good guys in racing. How about it for Chris Ferguson? And the driver that rounds out the Big River Steel podium tonight, grabbing a word with Mark Richards and Danny White. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in this conversation.